Hey Campoholics, we're about to get dirty. Oil filter, air filter, fuel filter, spark plug change. Here we go.
I'm Missy.
I'm Mike.
And we're the Campoholics!
Hey Campoholics, today is maintenance day on my generator, my Onan 5500 generator here on our Grand Design Momentum 395M. This is it was built in October 19. We're at our 500 hour mark, where we've exceeded the 500 hour mark, but it's time to change the oil on this thing. I'm going to change the spark plugs. I'm going to change the fuel filter, and I got all my parts right here. I just ordered them directly off of Amazon. It comes with the genuine parts. Right here is the oil filter, 2 spark plugs, the fuel filter, air filter. So that's what we're going to try to do today. We don't use it that much anymore now that we have EnduraPower batteries, lithium setup, 600 amp hour batteries, 600 watts of solar on the roof. But on some rainy days, or if we get some cloudy days, we got to start the generator up and charge the batteries back up. Or also when the campground loses power, it's nice to have it. It's nice to have a backup. But I'm going to show you this. It's important to keep a log. And right there, every time I do service work on my generator, this is all the Army training coming out. I go ahead and I log it right there. So you can see 12/20/22 over a year ago was the last time I did oil filter and change. Put an additional 100 hours on it, so now it's time to do it. So I'm going to go ahead and do the whole thing. As you can see, it looks pretty darn good in here. The difficulty behind this is the spark plugs. There's a spark plug there, and there's a spark plug tucked in back here, right back there. That's going to be the hard part. And that's where it's going to be difficult for me to get in there and change it. But also what I want to show you is look under here. Underneath my generator, I had the wire separating from the terminal connector right there. That's your ground. And so I'm going to put a shrink on that to close it up because I don't want rust getting to it and taking it away. This is where your oil is going to drain out. There's your oil filter. This is your fuel filter that we're going to change. So we've got a little bit of work ahead of us. That's the plan for the day. And I'll show you how I do it. So I'm going to eliminate any possibility of a false start on this generator while we are servicing it. I definitely don't want this thing to start up, especially with no oil in it. All right, I've removed the ground to the unit, and I'm removing the hot to the unit. I definitely don't want a false start on this thing when we're servicing it for whatever reason may happen. So I'm taking away the power function from the batteries to give it the jump to start. So we've done that, and let's see what's next. We're going to go ahead and drain the oil and go from there. This is your drain cock right here for your oil, to drain the oil. So let's open this up to allow air so it'll flow nice and smooth. And let's open it up, and she should drain down here, and hopefully we won't make a mess. I've got a dog changer pad out here. Put something heavy on it. Keep it from blowing away. Well, it's not a dog changer pad. What is it? A dog pee pad. Oh boy. This is your drain cock. Let's see what happens. And there we go. Open that drain cock and it will flow on down. All right, I used some super clean, cleaned up the terminal. I'm gonna go ahead and put our shrink wrap cover on it and hopefully shrink wrap this thing sealed so no corrosion gets to it. All right, I made my mark there. That's where I need it, right there on the A. I need to cut this. All right, there you have it. That's taken care of. It'll prevent any more corrosion on that. That's all cleaned up. Now that we have that out of the way, we can get to our fuel filter line, which is right there, and we'll change that out. Here's the dilemma with this. This fitting is crimped on there. It's not coming off, so we're going to have to, unfortunately, cut this to get the fuel filter line off. There's enough slack there to go ahead and compensate for that, but darn it, couldn't make it any easier, could they? But I punched a hole in that with an ice pick to drain it, so it makes less of a mess. Yeah, let's see. I got my little tool here. Is it gonna work? Trying to do this without having to walk back to the toolbox, you know. All right, you'll notice that the punch in the bottom of the oil filter works pretty well. When you go to take it off, you're not dealing with the overflow coming down the side of the filter and getting everywhere. That's the goal. Let's see if it works. It's filling up in my hand, but there we go. Just like that. All right, just take caution. This metal up here is very sharp. I'm gonna wipe all this down. There's a gasket there, rubber gasket, that helps protect dirt and stuff from getting up there. But again, that metal is very sharp. All right, here's our supplied. It comes with a kit, the Onan oil filter. It does have a protective cover on it. I like to charge my oil filters. I say charge, meaning I'll go ahead and fill them up with oil before I put them up. That way you don't have a dry start. All right, my oil of choice is a Lucas CJ4 synthetic. It is a 1540. Then you're gonna, of course, rub some oil on your gasket seal here. All right, let's put this bad baby back up. All right, a word of caution when you're doing this, start it by hand. If you feel resistance, back it off and start it again. You should not feel resistance right away. You don't want to strip this thing. Definitely don't want to strip it. All right, so she's in there snug. We'll tighten it up a little bit more. Remember, with the oil filter, you do not want to over tighten. Hand tight plus a half turn. Hand tight plus half turn. And it's in there. Plugs, I had to get some needle nose to take the wire off the top of the spark plug. I had to put the ratchet in here backwards because it hits this way, so you need a longer extension to get it out there. So right now it's working, so I'm going to remove this spark plug. This other side is going to be a mess. So we'll take the spark plug out, see what it looks like after 600, almost, well, actually 700 hours. Take a look at it. All right, there it is. So yeah, they need to be changed for sure. They're looking bad. So we're going to put our fresh ones in here. So here's our fresh ones. Try and get her in there. All right, I got the boot off with the needle nose. I see the spark plug right there. Let's see if we can get this done. I don't think there's going to be enough room. I don't know. We'll see. All right, how I did this was I put the spark plug socket on first. I got the spring-loaded U-joint set for my ratchet, and now I've attached it. So a little tight fingers. Let's see if this is going to work. This is not easy, guys. Not easy at all. Of course, it wasn't. It was a little harder to break loose. And now I'm trying to spin it out by fingertip. If you got fat fingers, big hands, good luck. It's just a feel. I mean, you just got to get it in there, feel, and start spinning it, and hopefully you'll feel the threads connect. This is how tight this is, guys. I had to give up. Missy's out here trying to put the new spark plug in. This is the old one. So yeah, you can see how bad it was. So 500 hours, 500 to 600 hours is where you want to be on changing these things. But my God, the way you got to change it is ridiculous.
There's got to be some better way. Or you just pay somebody.
Well, I mean, there's no other way. You can't take the son of a bitch apart.
Oh, who said some bitch on the thing? Okay, I don't know how tight. Is it supposed to be super tight?
I'll get it tightened.
Make sure it's right before you. I think I got it.
Yeah, seated in there. Okay.
Yeah, I got it in there, I think.
All right. All right, guys. Next, we're going to go ahead and fill this thing up with oil, and then we're going to change our fuel filter because you got to run it for a few minutes to get the fuel out of the line after you remove the fuel filter. So that's next. Put the oil in it. All right, guys. I cut the fuel line right there. I stuck a screwdriver in the fuel line to plug it so it doesn't keep leaking on me. I'm going to attempt to back this off. Of course, I don't have any pliers, adjustables, so this is not going to work. So I gotta go get some adjustable pliers or something. It's greater than a 1/2 inch. Oh. And there you go. There, the old one's off. I cut it off. Now put the new one on. I've got some hose clamps. Hopefully they're not too big, or I'll have to run back to Ace Hardware. Fuel filter on. I ran ahead and started it, ran it out of fuel. So it's completely out of fuel. Now I'll go ahead and attach the fuel filter to the new one, prime it, and hopefully we'll start back up, and then I'll check the oil level. Looks we're successful. It's all put back together. Let's check for leaks. I see no leaks. We're gonna let it run for a couple minutes. It should be successful. All right, that was a successful startup. We're checking the oil level. We need to add some more. Yep. No, we're good right there. You see the level on it right there. I could put another drop or two in there. So yeah, we're good to go. The oil's nice and clear. I'll put another drop or two in it. You'll get a code when you run this thing out of oil. Run it out of gas rather. Just hold this button down in the prime section for 2 to 3 seconds and then hit your start and you'll be fine if you throw a code. Other than that, man, we're done with this maintenance job. The struggle was right here. You want to do this first, not after you do. Just knock it out first because it's going to be hot and put your hands back there. But hope you got something out of it. This is a piece of cake. Just that part right there was a pain in the butt. We'll see you in the next video. I'll post a link below to all the parts or the parts kit you can buy online, Amazon or whatever. I'll have the link there for you. Get yourself some Enduro batteries also, so you won't have to run a generator so much. Enduro power, that's the way to go. I'll see you in the next video. Give this a thumbs up, man. I tried real hard for you. Bye.